Alright guys, so just after another quick grind, we got the entire team up to a nice level for the Elite Four rematches. We got Jolteon. No real changes here to the moveset. Still with Thunderbolt, Double Kick, Pin, Missile, and Thunder Wave. Hitmonlee, Rock Tomb, Mega Kick. Yeah, you saw the Sludge Bomb, Strength, Toxic, and Brick Break on Muck. Charizard with Slash, Flamethrower, Fly, and Blast Burn, still the same there. And then finally Lapras with Surf, Body Slam, Confuse Ray. And then we got Dugtrio with Rock-Slide Slash, Earthquake, and Dig. So, all going to be the same there. I'm going to go ahead and narrate these battles. I think that'd be pretty cool. Some of them are pretty epic, so especially the champion fight. So let's go. I'm going to lead with Jolteon against Lorelei here. It's cool that they gave him a little bit different text for the Elite Four rematches. But here's Lorelei. She's going to lead with Dugong, and I'm going to lead with Jolteon. I should be able just to Thunderbolt this to death here real quick. Thunderbolt has a sweet animation, and it's going to one-shot maybe. Yes, it does. Ooh, nice critical hit. So next, I believe she's gonna send out Piloswine. Each team's a little bit different in the Elite Four rematches here. I'm not sure why I don't swipe out with Jolteon here. I feel like I thought Double Kick was gonna do a little bit more damage than that. Also, I didn't think this Piloswine was gonna have Earthquake, but it does. And Jolteon gets completely wrecked here. Oof, that's tough. So one fainted now. I'm gonna go ahead. I believe I sent in Hitmonlee. Yes, I do. Brick Break should be able to take care of this Piloswine. It's really not that good of a Pokemon. I feel like giving the Slowbro a better moveset would have improved the team better than this Piloswine. You'll notice that she only has 5 Pokemon. I swear I remembered the Elite Four rematches having 6, but I guess I remembered incorrectly on that one. Also, you can tell with this Lapras here, the Brick Break does a ton of damage, that it uses Psychic, and I'm pretty sure that is not a level up move for Lapras, so it's kind of cool that the developers gave each Elite Four rematch like a custom moveset. But Lorelei shouldn't give us too much trouble here. So down goes Lapras. Hitmonlee gets some experience there. And then in is going to come in the Jinx. I just try to Brick Break this here. Jinx's defense is awful, physical defense anyway. And that's going to be a one-hit with Brick Break off of Hitmonlee, taking down a Psychic type. What a champ. And then finally we're going to have Cloyster. Like, I feel like the Cloyster being replaced would have been better than the Slowbro, but Slowbro's not actually an ice type, so I could see why that decision was made. And then we're going to have a Surf from Cloyster. Hitmonlee tanks it. It has really good special defense. And that is going to go down. And that's Lorelei defeated. Win 1, 4 to go. Yeah, things shouldn't be this way, blah, blah, blah. Suck it up, loser. And then here, I'm just going to have to restore a couple Mons. I believe I'm going to lead Charizard against Bruno, because he's going to lead with one of his Steelixes. It's kind of disappointing he didn't get any sort of Johto fighting Pokemon. I thought having Hitmontop on his team would have been pretty cool. It also doesn't make any sense that, they remake Silver and Gold with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and in those games where Steelix is available, they still give him Onix. I never really understood that, why they didn't give him a Steelix. In the remakes, giving him Onix I felt like was just a weird choice. It never made much sense. Yep, Charizard in the lead spot there. And let's take on Bruno. He's Bruno of the Elite Four, but I feel like we knew that already. He'll grind us down with his superior power. And we've got Bruno's fight here. So Bruno always has a 6/6 Sprite. He's going to lead with Steelix, and I'm going to lead with Charizard. Flamethrower should absolutely obliterate this thing, which I do believe it does. Yeah, straight one shot. It had no chance. Steelix's special defense isn't great. Charizard's gonna get some experience there. It's gonna send in Hitmonchan. I was debating, oh yeah, because I know it has a rock move, so I just go straight for Blast Burn to try to take it out. It does fail. Rock Slide surprisingly misses. And then we're going to get a full restore here from Bruno. And Charizard's going to be on a recharge turn, so it's not going to get to do anything. I switched it up to Flamethrower this time. I felt like 2 Flamethrowers would be able to take it out after I saw the Blast Burn damage, but Rock Slide's going to be 4 times effective against my poor Charizard. And he's going to go down. Oh no, he lives on 7 health. Oh, but then Hitmonchan has priority Mach Punch. It takes him down. So that'll be the end of Charizard for this one. I knew Dugtrio would outspeed here, and it's a good cleanup Pokemon, so I just go for Earthquake. And that is going to take down Hitmonchan. Dugtrio with some experience there. Now he's going to send in Machamp. I'm just trying to do as much damage as possible with Earthquake here, try to take it out. And that is pretty solid damage, over half. Cross Chop is going to completely obliterate Dugtrio. No, it lives on 17 health, look at that. And a Pokemon with barely any defense is going to take down Machamp. Dugtrio clutching it out here against Bruno. Next is going to be Hitmonlee. I should outspeed again. Hitmonlee has trash defense, so this might get a one-shot. And it lives on 1 health, Wild, but then Mega Kick misses. Ooh, Bruno's going to go for the full restore. Let's see if I get a better damage range this time. And maybe? It's going down, it's going down. Nope, lives again. A little bit more health that time, so that was actually worse. But then the tree outspeeds again, and I just go with Slash to take it out there. And then the last Pokemon Bruno sends out is going to be a second Steelix. And then I have super effective damage with Earthquake. We're just going to go for that again. And Dugtrio gets a one hit again with a critical hit. So Dugtrio absolutely clutches this out against Bruno here. Pretty crazy. Next battle up against Agatha is going to be rough. She was the hardest Elite Four member the first time around for this team, because there's really not anybody with good super effective damage. Ground type Pokemon really aren't useful against her in this game, since all of her Pokemon have Levitate except for Arbok. And then yeah, I don't have a Psychic type, because Psychic types at this point in Pokemon's history I feel like we're still OP. I really didn't want to use one this playthrough, so we're just going to lead with Charizard. I believe she's going to lead with Gengar. I didn't actually get to her on the first time I attempted this at a lower level, so let's see how it goes. I wish they would have changed the dialogue a little bit more, because she acts like you don't know who I am, but I've beaten you once already. And here is Grandma Agatha. Yep, she's going to lead with Gengar. And I'm going to lead with Charizard here. Just going to go for Flamethrower, see how much this does. Gengar's got decent special defense, but no HP. It actually does way more than I was expecting. Ooh, and I get put to sleep here. I swear her Hypnosises never missed the entire time I battled her throughout this game. So it puts me to sleep and then confuses me right away, which I feel like is the ultimate troll tactic to confuse me while I can't even do anything. But we'll see how it goes here. Yep, still asleep this turn. And then it's going to go for Psychic, which really doesn't do that much, but the special defense drop kind of sucks there. I'm going to wake up this turn and be confused. And then I'm going to hurt myself in confusion, which sucks. And then it's going to go for another Psychic. And this should do... I actually survived there, which I was surprised with that special defense drop. But I'm going to snap out of confusion, go for Flamethrower. and we're going to take down Gengar. I think her team has the most changes because, yes, we have this Misdreavus here, and I can only assume her Golbat's going to be a Crobat. I know Misdreavus isn't that good, so I just go for Blast Burn because I'm in low health and take it out. So Charizard's taken down 2 of her ghosts so far, and we're going to see what she decides to send out next. It's another Gengar. I recharge this turn. It goes for Psychic. Charizard's not living this one, and down goes Charizard. And then I believe... yeah, we go with Jolteon to clean up so it's faster than all of her ghosts. Like I said, Dugtrio can't do much. It could go for Rock Slide, but there's just no chance with the amount of levitating and flying Pokemon she has. Thunderbolt does really good damage here. It goes for Sludge Bomb. Luckily, that's a physical move in this gen, so it's not going to do too much. I also needed to give the leftovers to a Pokemon, so I just chose Jolteon because I couldn't find another good item to go onto it. 2 Thunderbolts is going to take down the Gengar there. And then next, she is going to send out either Arbok or Crobat. It's going to be Arbok, probably because I have super effective damage against Crobat. Intimidate's not going to do much, I believe. Thunderbolt is going to be the best move here. We get some more leftovers recovery. Yep, just going to try to go straight for the Thunderbolt. And see how much this does here. Pretty decent damage, more than half. Ooh, Arbok had Earthquake, which I was not expecting at all when it came out. And that is gonna... ooh, Jolteon lives on 1 health. That is nuts. So leftovers actually saved it in this battle. So that's pretty clutch. Gonna have Thunderbolt here. It's gonna take it out. Nice. And down goes Arbok. And now it just has 1 Pokemon left. I wonder if I'm going to outspeed the Crobat here, probably. Going to get some more leftovers recovery. Not sure it would matter at this point, though. Yep, Thunderbolt against the Crobat. And let's see how much damage this does. And bam! Jolteon clutches out against Agatha. And that is going to be the 3rd member down, and we're moving on to Lance. Lance, I feel like, gets some solid improvement too, because he doesn't have any Dragonairs. You know, every Pokemon on his team in this rematch section is going to be fully evolved, which I feel like might make him a little bit harder. But we're just going to have to wait and see here after I'm done healing up with my revives and my max potions. Let's see. Yep, max potions. I'm kind of surprised that they don't sell Hyper Potions at the Pokemart in the Elite Four. I feel like until Hyper Potions were nerfed to 120 instead of 200 HP, you never really need Max Potions that much. Because I feel like unless you're having like a Chansey on your team or Snorlax or some other Pokemon with super high HP, you don't typically need Max Potions. But here we go against Lance. See, Lance's dialogue changed to, "Oh, so I've returned." But then he says the same thing, which I feel like is kind of weird. But I believe I lead Jolteon because I thought he was going to lead with Gyarados again. Oh, ignore this is where I fixed some volume issues I was having. So just ignore that. Yep, and we're back. So yeah, he does lead with Gyarados, so I lead with Jolteon. Thunderbolt's gonna absolutely wreck this thing. Intimidate doesn't really matter. I don't think I'm gonna go for anything physical with Jolteon in this battle. And Thunderbolt does knock out Gyarados in 1 hit. Solid Jolteon up to level 70. Should help me out in the champion battle. Aerodactyl is next. I'm just going to go for Thunderbolt again. I think this Aerodactyl has Earthquake. That's why he sent it out, even though I have super effective damage. And Aerodactyl also going to go down in 1 hit. So Jolteon putting in work against Lance right now. It really is a really good Pokemon. If you've never used one in a playthrough, I recommend it. I didn't have confidence Jolteon was going to beat this Dragonite though, so I just went for the Paralysis to slow it down for when I send out Lapras. See, this Dragonite has Earthquake too, so I feel like it would have made more sense for Lance to send this out than Aerodactyl. But, you know, Gen 3 AI still isn't perfect. So I'm going to send in Lapras here. It's time that she makes an appearance. Lapras' back sprite I always thought was pretty funny. Just smiling. Yeah, we're just going to Ice Beam that Dragonite. And that should be a one-shot, 4 times super effective damage. Yeah, there was no chance that it lived that. I don't know if it has multi-scale in Gen 3 or not. I should probably look that up. But then we have the level 72, and it's going to go for Thunderbolt. Lapras is pretty tanky, and this has no stab. So let's see how much damage this does. Not a lot. Ooh, but I do get paralyzed. That's rough. But going to get through the paralysis. Ice Beam is going to hit. And we'll see how much this does. And that's going to be a one-shot on the Dragonite. So Lapras putting in work against Lance. It really is the best counter to most of his Pokemon. And then any Pokemon with an electric move can just take care of Gyarados when you're doing a playthrough of this game. So Kingdra has nothing to hit me with because it goes for Surf. I'm just going to go for Ice Beam, even though it's neutral. It's the best move I have. And it doesn't even do half. So we're going to see what happens here. Ooh, it's going to start setting up Dragon Dance. It's interesting. I don't know if it has a physical move to hit me with. Probably Body Slam or maybe even Hyper Beam. And then I get paralyzed that turn, so that's unfortunate. Kingdra is going to go for Surf again. Once again, no damage. Paralyzed again. That sucks. It sets up another Dragon Dance. So we're going to see if I can get through paralysis this time. Yep, one more Ice Beam. And that's going to finish it off. So we got a critical hit on Ice Beam there. And that is going to end Kingdra. And that's Lance done. So it's time for the champion. I hadn't played this game in a really long time, so I could not remember what the champion's team was at all. But I figured it would lead with Pidgeot. Again, just like it did the first time. So I lead with Jolteon here again. Because I figured that was the best move, but you'll see here in a minute that the champion does not lead with Pidgeot. So this battle is actually pretty interesting. As soon as I'm done healing and we get to it here, gotta use that revive. I'm pretty sure I had a max revive somewhere I could have used, but I didn't. So we're just waiting. And the last max potion there. And just one more look at the team. Oh no, I actually switched Lapras in front to take on Pidgeot. So let's see how it is. Rival butt. He's the most powerful trainer in the world. Let's see if we can get a win. So he's actually going to lead with Heracross, which I was pretty surprised when I saw this. This is a bad matchup for Lapras. I'm going to go for Surf. He's going to go for Mega Horn, which is Stab, probably his most powerful attack. Does about half to Lapras. And then I'm going to go for Surf. And that does less than half. So at this point, I decided to switch out. And I went into Charizard because it's 4 times super effective damage with Fly. And then just regular 2 times super effective damage with Flamethrower. And then I'm going to super resist a Mega Horn there. And then I'm just going to go for Flamethrower since it's already almost at half. And Heracross is going to go down. So we take out Heracross. Next, I knew the champion was going to send in Blastoise. So just like in the anime, I leave Charizard in to take him on. And I'm going to go for Fly here. Hydro Pump misses. And Blastoise is super tanky, especially on the physical side. So that maybe does a 4th, maybe a 5th. Hydro Pump misses again, though. So I'm going to go for Fly for the 2nd time. At this point, I'm thinking I'm PP stalling Hydro Pump, that I might get away with it if there's one more miss, but there's not. And that is going to completely destroy Charizard with that Hydro Pump. But it's going to be a pretty easy revenge KO here. I'm just going to send in Jolteon. And then it is going to go... Oh, it has a Citrus Berry. Well, it's going to heal up a little bit there. And then Jolteon's going to go for Thunderbolt. And this should finish off Blastoise there. Very nice. I don't think that critical hit mattered. But Blastoise is going to go down. And next we're going to have Tyranitar. So I totally forgot that he had one of these. I believe I'm going to switch out Jolteon here. Or I'm going to go be cheesy and go for the double kick. We'll have to wait for the Sandstorm and the Leftovers animations to play through. No, I go for Thunder Wave to try to give Hitmonlee the advantage. I plan on just going down here. I'm not sure why I didn't switch out. Actually, I do know it was because Earthquake would have destroyed Hitmonlee. But Jolteon is going to go down there. And I'm going to go into Hitmonlee, and one Brick Break at 4 times damage should absolutely wreck this thing. I'm going to get buffed by the Sandstorm. Yep, we're going to go for Brick Break, and that should one-shot the T-Tar. It does. Goodbye, Tyranitar. So at this point, I can't remember what Pokemon he has at all. But I did definitely expect for him to send out Alakazam, because I have a fighting type on the field. But he sends in Arcanine, I guess, to go for the Intimidate to lower my attack. But I do have Earthquake on this set, so I'm going to end up going for Earthquake. But after the Intimidate, I don't think it's going to be a one-shot. So yep, we're going to go for Earthquake there. I'm expecting massive damage, but not for a one-shot. Actually, it barely does half. It only did half because of the Sandstorm damage. It hits me with Aerial Ace, which is kind of weird. I did not expect it to have Aerial Ace at all. But I do believe I'm going to go down after this. Nope, I'm still on 8 health. So with the Sandstorm damage, I thought I might get a KO here, but it decides to go for Extreme Speed. And that is the end of Hitmonlee. I'm getting kind of nervous because I've got 1 healthy Lapras and then 2 full health Mons. Dugtrio is going to clean this up though. And I'm also a ground type, so it gives me the advantage of the Sandstorm. I'm not going to take any damage. So we're just going to go for the Earthquake against Arcanine. And it has no chance of surviving this. Goodbye. And next up, I thought if he had Alakazam, this was when we were going to see it for sure. But he sends in Executor. Executor is going to take some Sandstorm damage. And I'm going to switch into Muck to take on the Executor. I knew if I switched in Lapras, it would probably get one-shot by Giga Drain. So I expected a big grass move coming. But that barely does anything to Muck. And Muck has a chance to outspeed. Executor's pretty slow. They're both going to get buffed by the Sandstorm here, though. Let that play out. And I'm just going to go for Sludge Bomb. Sleep Powder luckily misses. So that was pretty lucky there. Only a 25% chance to miss. I was surprised Sludge Bomb did not take this out. But then I get a Poison. And then with the Sandstorm and the Poison damage, this Executor is not going to live. So that's pretty nice. So it wasn't a one-shot, but it ending up being a one-turn survival rate for the Executor. Dugtrio is going to hit level 70. And then finally, he sends out the Alakazam. I wasn't sure what this last Pokemon was going to be. I thought for sure he would have sent it out sooner. This is a bad matchup for Muck, and he has good special defense, but the Psychic just completely wrecks him. And here, I'm going to send out Dugtrio to try to outspeed with an Earthquake. Alakazam's pretty frail, so I figured that was the best play. So it's going to get buffed by the Sandstorm. I'm going to go for the Big Earthquake. And Alakazam's health is going. It survives and hits a Psychic. I did not expect the Alakazam to survive that hit at all. And Dugtrio's going to go down in one shot. So now I just have a half health Lapras to deal with Alakazam. I had a feeling the AI was going to heal here. So after the Sandstorm animations, I'm going to go for Body Slam. I was really hoping it would do more than half, or that I would get a paralysis so I would be able to outspeed and then just finish it off in 2 turns. But the Body Slam doesn't even do half, so I'm getting real nervous at this point in the battle. They're both going to get buffed by the Sandstorm. Lapras has barely over 100 HP, and Alakazam is going to go for Psychic. And Lapras is just barely going to live on 15 health. So then I hit the Body Slam on the Alakazam, and it barely survives. So at this point I'm thinking we're going to tie, but then Alakazam goes down to Sandstorm damage. And I figured I would hit Sandstorm damage as well, but because the Alakazam went down first, it ends up giving me the win to the battle. So it's really a tie, but back in the generation, since I took damage second, I guess I win. So that's pretty crazy end to the Elite Four rematches there. If you guys enjoy the content, be sure to like, maybe subscribe to the channel. It helps me out. And thank you so much if you watched this far into the video. You guys are the best. Peace.